And, oh, sorry, I got this other thing up there. Hi, good evening. I'm James Howell. Welcome to the Deltahead stream. Oh, that kind of looks worse. Let me just pull it back here. Normally I have this thing down for stream because it looks more human rather than sort of functional around the house, but here we are. Anyway, welcome to the Deltahead stream. It is 7/10/2021, and we are, oh man, if it were 8/10/2021, that would be perfect because we are on part 10 of Resident Evil 8 Village of Shadows playthrough, and that numerology would have worked out really well, but it doesn't, so that's fine. Anyway, this is, RE8, and this might be the last, stream of Village of Shadows playthrough. I don't know. I'm thinking we might kind of get hung up on Chris's section, but we'll see. So I'm looking forward to that. I think we stopped off midway to 2/3 through Heisenberg's facility. We have yet to deal with Sturm, and that's gonna be a good time. So, but pregame show here. It's been a great week of synthesized reading. This is great. Nine times out of 10, I'm working in like 3 or 4 different directions of doing the things I do, learning, gathering information for the sake of passion and maybe future benefit. But who knows? That's not really the purpose of it. Let me turn this toward me. Yeah, and it's all kind of coming together, synthesizing. So, reading Daniel. What's his name? Daniel, what is your name? What is your name, Daniel? Donald. That's why he's not answering me, because his name isn't Daniel. Donald Ritchie's 100 Years of Japanese Cinema, and kind of pairing that reading with something that I picked up kind of on a whim. Which is Confessions of a Yakuza, which is supposed to be a sort of a biographical, fictional a biography of somebody who went and became sort of a member of an organized crime gang in like the 1920s, 1930s. So this is begins pre-World War II, goes into the 50s, and post-occupation Japan. So very, very interesting, sort of in between two worlds of that culture and what its sort of transitions are, and that's also where the history of Japanese cinema goes, and it more than the sort of the historical side of it. What interests me, I mean, my interest in this is primarily aesthetic, and trying to find out what about this particular mode of storytelling is resonant that I think is valuable. And it's not because there's a heightened element of strangeness or association, or one of the reasons why a lot of people think that one of the reasons why a lot of folks like Suda's games, right? They seem random, they seem thrown together from a bunch of bits that don't make sense, and they sort of the disconnectedness and the associative nature seems very fun and exciting, but I'm not drawn to the strange. I mean, there's always got to be something familiar there, right? Something you recognize and identify that you're looking to kind of understand more about, and that's what I'm doing as I go through this. And so the Ritchie's sort of like model of presentational storytelling versus representational storytelling, which, just real quick, representational storytelling presumes to be giving you a reality. Evening, Space Hamlet, good to see you. I'm midway through my my early. Oh no, we're still going through this. Just as a quick summary, representational storytelling is telling you, it's providing you a reality, a window into a reality, and presentational storytelling is telling you a story, and it's the telling that is also a part of the process and not something that is necessarily distinct from it. And that seems to be like the key sort of one of the key craft and even critical receptive differences between the styles of storytelling that are sort of like show up in early Japanese cinema and that sort of persist into modern work. And also that becomes, and this is interesting, this is valuable to me because obviously I've done quite a lot with the Japanese video games over the course of my career, and so that storytelling naturally flows straight into that, and so it's all it's all of a piece. Oh yeah. I'm really glad that you're enjoying Hinton's Dao De Ching. Yes, Hinton does a really good job of maintaining a sense of fidelity to direct translation, which is always very special and valuable because there's something that is difficult to target conceptually using English on its own terms when you're dealing with another language's poetry, but at the same time to sort of submit totally to the strangeness of another linguistic system's way of thinking is also to make it maybe a little more inaccessible. And Hinton manages to do both. You feel like there's a degree of fidelity there that is very nourishing, and at the same time an accessibility, which is also nourishing. So those two things together make for a fantastic experience, and I'm really glad to hear that you're enjoying that. But yeah, on the note of so this book right here it is, let's see, written by Junichi Saga. That is not the Yakuza in question. He is a doctor who treated the Yakuza in question, and he, took like a pocket recorder, recorded sort of like his stories and interviews and wrote them down. And so you have him writing from the voice of the main character, the Yakuza, and so it's kind of like a biography, but the subject of the biography is a character, and you have little sort of like narrative interludes by the author, and then you have moments where that main character is relating somebody else's history as part of sort of the kind of showing the characters that the personalities that were part of his his sort of life path from sort of like lower middle class industrial business owning family to underground activity. And it absolutely hits at the presentational side of it, because it is a narrator telling a character story who is telling another character story, and you don't get the sense that it is looking. You don't get the sense that it's drawing attention to any kind of unreliable narrator, right? Which is kind of what I would normally think of would be happening in a story with that many steps removed from whatever whatever version of reality everybody who was present would agree upon, whatever that is, that's not really what it's trying to hit at. It's telling the story of this life, and the life seems to be both event and perception and memory. All of those things put together, and that hits very close to sort of the mishmashed way of thinking about experience and meaning that I have, which connects directly into poetry, because poetry is not, as many of the arguments about poetry versus history have hit upon, poetry is not about accurate representation, it's about accurate representation plus meaning. And sometimes meaning does not always fit with facts and occurrence, but those are the different projects at work. And so the presentational side of things really seems to be hitting at meaning, and meaning as it incorporates perception and memory. And that's very dear to me. And I think that that's coming much closer to why I'm enjoying the narration styles of Japanese cinema over the past year's sort of project. So, yeah. In line with that, I watched Kinshi Fukusaku's Black Lizard, which is a very fun and weird noir movie, and in the way that I really like from Fukusaku. There are a few moments where the main I don't know, it's hard to call him a protagonist, but somebody who would typically be the hero detective in a noir story, and the villainess who is his sort of like mastermindy crime sort of target. They have several conversations about crime and the nature of crime and their relationships to it, and how it's aestheticized, and how it's a part. It's like has a spiritual aspect to it that's meaningful both to the criminal and to the investigator. And it reminds me of many of the more esoteric sort of meditations on crime out of The Silver Case, which is I think the last full-on visual novel. Actually, no, Silver Case Ward 25. That was the last full-on visual novel I think Suda did. Anyway, there are several esoteric sort of like talkings about what crime is, and the crime as a recurring feature, and something that is like unavoidable, not something to be squashed, but something to be balanced as a spiritual force. And it kind of touches on that feeling, which is very interesting. And also watched Kuruma Tengu, which is a 1928 silent film it's an adaptation of some sort of children's adventure books of the time, and there's of course it's set in the historical context of sort of like Late Tokugawa shogunate, and there's a heroic rebel, and there's another hero on the shogunate side, and they are noble rivals, both of them with good hearts, just on different sides of a conflict. So this is a motif that we're familiar with from a lot of video games and other media and like media. And it's a lot of fun. But something that's very interesting about this, I was drawn to this because of Donald Ritchie's sort of recounting of the early part of Japanese cinema, which is that these were not told in a strict narrative format. These were sort of like excerpts from the story, and they relied upon a third party called a benshi that was both a narrator and also performer, since there was no vocal track to it. So you might have some music over the background, but on the whole, there's this very aestheticized oration, this theatrical way of telling a story that has to fit in the gaps between what's happening on screen, and then this person would sort of voice the characters' voices. I think the closest I can think of to sort of like a modern commercial art would be audiobook narration, and it is fascinating. And in watching this thing, you really feel plugged into the narrator as the story, and the visuals are sort of supplementary in some ways, and it's really interesting. But yeah, so I think we're about ready to get started. The only other thing that's been going on, I gave myself a math test, and I'm about 22 out of 30 problems in, and I got them all right. Actually, algebra test. And so that's very exciting. So, with that done, wow, that was a longer pregame show than usual. We're going to jump into Resident Evil 8 Part 10, Village of Shadows. Also, I'm really glad to see you buy Space Hamlet. I'm worried for a little bit that your professional gig, for which I'm grateful that you have, might mean that we would not get to see you very much for a while. Which, I mean, is kind of true, because it's been a few streams since you've been able to stop by, but I'm glad that we have one where we have your presence. Give me 1 second, let me pull the chat on the iPad here. Doop. Went out by Lake Washington today for about 5 hours and came away absolutely cooked. I thought that because I was sitting underneath a tent shelter that I would be somewhat less affected by the heat, and that turns out not to be the case. Not to have been the case. That's how that gets played. And give me 1 second here. Hopefully the resolution can appear so I can see who wrote. Dustin, good evening. It's good to see you. Oh, Space Hamlet, I have good news for you. That I will be recording the next episode of the Deltahead podcast this week. And guest and poems and game sort of will keep that veiled for public announcement until the time comes, because you don't want to promise something if, my experience with making things is that nothing's really done until it's done. So to kind of save that hype train for when it's done. But yeah, that's forthcoming. And I'm absolutely going to be knocking on your door for the little free time I'm sure you have to beg your editing assistance. But yeah, it's for a future day. Which article was that? Unfortunately, what are you doing, man? Come on, load up chat. Sorry, give me 1 second. This is being kind of fussy. Well, that's not very useful. Let me see if I can get chat running up my phone here. So maybe I can use this as a resource. The iPad appears reluctant. While I'm getting chat loaded up, I can tell you, and I'm very pleased by this, I have resumed playing. I've returned to Metal Gear Solid 5 from a game from scratch to re-experience it re-enjoy it. And Space Hamlet, I want to let you know, and if you have a link to plug into chat, that would be awesome. That your take on lethal lethal violence in that game being more thematically important than the non-lethal sort of ninja leave no mark approach that the previous games have rewarded. I've been thinking about that and just kind of meditating on the game through that lens, and it's very productive. It's very fruitful. I don't have any of the specific insights at the tip of my brain right now, but they're sort of churning in there. And I guess I wanted to let you know that I think you hit upon something that's very valuable critically, because revisiting the work with that idea in mind is very good. I enjoy it. And oh, the magazine writer. Oh, right, the performance art piece. I want to say I did read it, but I think I read it in between, like, taking care of a baby, and that does not always admit to the allow for the best retention. So, unfortunately, I don't feel particularly equipped to comment on it just yet. But thank you for reminding me that that's there. I will go back and revisit it. Okay, we're getting closer to chat. There we go. Cool. It's on my phone, iPad. We'll have to calibrate you later. Alrighty. But yeah, actually, Space Hamlet, do you have a link to that? That would be awesome to throw into chat for anybody in posterity. Oh, oh man, there we go. All right, cool. All right. Excuse me. 718, 747, 50, 803, 814, 827. Oh my God, how high does it go? There we go. Gonna turn that volume up. I like how the composition of this load screen is just a little off center, a little more dark space on the left side than the right. At least that's how it feels. Maybe it's just the way that Heisenberg's factory, the words there sort of gather attention over there, that it makes it feel more constricted. Thank you. Bottom paragraph is a color that makes it possible to miss. Huh. Okay. Thank you. Alright, so what are we looking at here? Could be healthier. I'm not going to use... I might need those herbs for that, so I'm going to hold off on that. That I absolutely believe I would need, because... What do I have? Do I have the key... I have the key mold. Okay. So now we are ready to go back down to the key mold room. And there are a lot of very powerful drill-armed enemies to battle. And you know, the question that I have, story-wise, I mean, it's never really a worthwhile project to begin asking where do all these villains get their resources for their manufactured armies. Nonetheless, ignoring the fact that the number of people that we see experimented on far exceed... What? I love how worried he looks as a result of that. I've never seen that before. Duke leaned back just a little too far in his chair. It's alright, buddy, we've all been there. What was I going to say? Oh yeah, so the number of human beings that I've seen turned into monsters far exceed the number of people that could possibly live in this village. So we have that train has blown past that station already. But I want to know where he's getting all these drills. Drills of that specific size. I mean, I guess he could manufacture them. But still, man. Just don't know where they are. Yeah, Dustin, it is very well written. I commend it. Oh, wait, he seems to be brushing something. Oh, it looks like he ashed on himself and caught fire. Interesting. How are you tonight, Dustin?
It's dark.
Here we go. Sure is dark. So, I kind of remember from Normal, there's a drill dude who shows up shortly here. Like over there, I think. Yeah, that would be him. Does he come in here? In fact, he does. And from there, he does the same respawn disappearance. So maybe the trick here is once he does that. Okay, so what I'm going to do, now that he starts, if he starts in that animation, what I think I can do is get him to respawn, and then as soon as he does his combo and then does the sort of like final lunge, I'm going to use that as my opportunity to run past him. How many hours do you have logged into FF14? I have been recommended that many times, and I just unfortunately am not in a life moment where an MMO is can possibly be on the table. Okay. There we go. Later, dude. What I think I'm gonna try. Oh, well, shoot. I might actually have to kill these guys because I'm going to need a clear path of escape. Especially, okay, so I basically have my choice of enemies to cheese, and I definitely want to cheese that guy and not these two. So, 70 hours in the past 2 weeks, oh my god, that's a time investment. Yeah, just a little addicted, right? What I've heard about FF14 that has, I think Dreambalm mentioned this to me, that that is the biggest potential pull, is apparently there is some Vagrant Story sequel-y stuff in there that Matsuno wrote. Evening, Space Hamlet. I'm really glad you're able to stop by, and if you're going to work tonight, I hope you have a great night of work, and if you rest, may you sleep the sleep of kings.
It's dark.
Oh my god, that thing takes so many. Maybe I can use a bunch of these mines. Oh yeah, it is a fantastic game, and I highly recommend it. It is one of my favorites, and I do believe, I think I could stand behind this. If you have the time to invest in an MMO, you probably have the time needed to invest in Vagrant Story's combat system, which is admittedly kind of abstruse and difficult to sort of get your head around. But once you do, if you enjoy systems, especially ones that are not really shy about exposing their structure and letting you know that you are definitely interacting with a system and not trying to sort of streamline it into a narrative experience, then you will love Vagrant Story. I think that's cool. Oh, Nelly. Can I run far away and reset everything? Oh, that sounds like somebody's out there. Like a lot of somebody's are out there. Oh god, is this both of them? Oh wow, he's fast. Somebody's definitely out here. Oh, Jesus. Oh! Oh, man. I believe this mind trick can probably get me through here. Good stun. Okay. Mind trick is good. Ooh. Oh. Oh no. This is not a good death. Okay. So, I'm gonna have to lure that guy out. Actually, I do know that if I go another way, if I try to leave through another path, the way that that I left this first area the first time, another guy drops down, but that might be a wider hallway that I could still do that trick and get by. Okay. And actually do think that spending my money there is wise. So one mine on the drill guy behind the door, a second mine on the other drill guy behind that. So 3 mines on the one drill guys, and then a 4th on
it's dark.
On the guy who's going to be blocking my way as I'm trying to leave. So I think that's good. And I've got plenty of scrap that I can use to replenish that stock. Something I do like about this difficulty is that success appears to depend upon finding clever ways to run away. Woo. What is back here? That is bonus material that I do not want to interact with. I'm expecting somebody to come through this door. There we go. Woo! No, 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 out of my way! Alright. So now when I get up here, take me a left. Somebody should drop down. Oh no, I think there might be... Oh god, there's a guy I didn't kill. Oh, whoa! Okay. Well, that got me out. Wonder if there's a way I could do that with using fewer resources. But, you know what, I'm going to take it. I'm just going to save a backup file and see how it goes. Evening, Frigid Mirth. It's good to see you. How are you? We are juking and dodging. I've got so much ammo and I have no confidence that it's enough. Especially after Moreau. I'm a little concerned about the second half of the Heisenberg fight. I know there are some ammo drops there, but I just wonder if I'm gonna have to turn on infinite ammo at some point. Let's go ahead and do our rigmarole stuff, so we don't have to repeat a bunch of things, because I am certain I'm gonna die. I didn't pick up... Oh god, I didn't pick up the key. Oh man. Okay, well we're gonna do it again anyway. So, here we go. Alright.
It's dark.
Know where everything is now, so this should be a breeze. I'm kind of curious if maybe this guy behind behind this door down here, if I can lure him out the same way that I lured the other guy. Like this. Run, 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 run. Alright, cool. That's one less mine to use. Oh! Wow. I am surprised that he aggroed so quickly. I don't think I can spare that healing item. This is, I want to say, about 4/5 through the game in terms of length, but I also have about 3 bosses ahead of me in very short sort of frequency. So does not go by as quickly as the previous 5ths. This is rough, but unlike other scenarios, I actually feel like I've got a pretty good grasp on how to do this. It's just a matter of executing. Excuse me. Oh, I'm gonna get hit by this guy. Oh, okay, cool. Whew. That's weird. I saw him react faster this time, and he delayed attacking, whereas last time he didn't seem to react and whomped me immediately. gotta say, one of the things that I like the least in these games is being chased. It gives me the heebie-jeebies. And you are chased so often in this game. Now we're gonna grab that key. Oh, oh no, no, no. Oh, no, 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 no. Oh no, oh, no, 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 oh God. Okay, that worked. Oh man. Whew. Oh my God, so many angry drills. There's Ethan. Running away, holding that landmine in front of... Oh, what? Can I... Oh, that's not gonna work. That guy wasn't there last time. Weird. Okay, I have a backup strategy. Yeah, something that I found, this would have been when I was doing my first sort of like new game pluses on this game, is I would do some yoga, and that's a very like relaxing, stretching, gets all the sort of like crystallized muscles free and everything, and loosens everything up, leaves you feeling relaxed. And then I would go play this game, and the chase sequences would just absolutely, hands down, cancel out any kind of relaxation gain that I got from doing like 30 minutes of yoga. So I actually had to structure my time differently to get the value out of that exercise.
It's dark.
Oh, awesome. Are you strength training, endurance? What is your... I'm curious, what's your focus, Mirth? I like to think of Ethan running around very quickly with a very, very hot, hungry man TV dinner in his hands. That burger and reconstituted macaroni and cheese, mashed potatoes. Just about ready to drip through the paper. Paper tray is what I mean. Oh, nifty. Yeah, single. I got a lot of good use out of free weights for many, many years. I used the P90X and P90X2 sort of video programs as guides, and I found those very valuable. I found those very useful. Oh no, 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 no. Grab the key. Past. Okay. Now. Oh wow! How did he clothesline me? I guess. Jesus. That's our cue to turn around. There we go. So once that guy appears in that hallway, the second one does not appear in the other. So you are given the opportunity to hightail it if you know the map. And my way is clear. So what does my mind count look like here? I've got 3 left? That's very good. That's very good. Okay. Amber, it's something that I realized... after I kind of like took a break from sort of intense working out, and I've been on like a program of it for like 6 to 7 years, during COVID, was how much a certain tightness in my my ankle and calf on my left side had sort of a, I guess it would be a trickle up effect of pulling all the muscles from my hamstring up through my left side, and had resulted in some over time imbalanced maneuvers that
Shall I choose something?
had eventually become quite uncomfortable. So now I am trying to do like at least 4 months of yoga to kind of straighten everything out and find a kind of
I'm skilled at all sorts of
rebalance all that.
and will do them for a small fee.
Okay. Extra baggage. What is this? Silent Hill? It's a good joke. It's a good joke. As I glance for approval. Alright. Now we have Heisenberg's key. Excuse me. Yeah, no, definitely stretch before and after. It will catch up with you.
You really are a tough one. But I'm tired of chit-chat. Time to die. You can hear it, can't you? Someone's waiting for you.
And also, in addition to flexibility, I hands down recommend yoga as both strength training and coordination promoting. It does so much to get your left and right nervous systems talking with each other, and to synthesize your. It actually has, in my experience, it has the effect of promoting a synthesis between your sort of like abstract right brain workings and left brain concrete problem solving. There we go.
I don't have time for this bullshit. Out of my way.
See how this goes. I really want this guy to destroy, oh god, as much of the level as I can before it progresses. Oh wow, he turns around really fast in this. If I can hit him with something stronger. Basically, with this guy, there are walls for me, but not for thee. So I want him to destroy all of them that are going to be problems for me as this fight progresses. Cool. That is a very important one to destroy. If I can get him to. Because that metal crate that is around is one of my only sort of reliable obstacles when he starts breathing fire. Over here, fella. Dude. Okay. New idea. Come over here. And he will always target me. Yep. Good. I actually really enjoy how, I like this boss and how sort of thick-headed he is. Very bullfighter kind of boss fight. Toro, etc. I would like for him to stay near these crates so that when he does his fire breathing thing, I can direct it into one of these crates and it will have as little spray as possible. Excuse me. How much steam could these pipes possibly have? Oh, yep. Yes. Absolutely run the hell away from you. Oh no, that's not what I want. Let's try... Nope. Okay, good, we're back to normal. Oh wait, we're not back to normal. We are still shooting fire. Okay, now we're back to normal. I love the glass breaking sound effect you get when you land a shot on the weak spot. I'm very glad that this fight allows me to reload one bullet in between each encounter with his weak spot, so it satisfies my itch to always have a full magazine of ammunition whenever possible. Alright. I mean, that whole area is off limits to me now, but that's still better than it could be. Whoop. Oh, man. That's not quite where I wanted him to direct that, but here we are. Let's see. Actually, I wonder if I could get him caught behind here. He seems to do his fire-breathing attack whenever he takes significant damage. And if I could keep him back there with landmines, and he would just keep his fire local to that spot, then maybe I can take advantage of his pattern to... well, take advantage of his pattern. Evening, Mexican Sting. It's good to see you. And good evening, Margin. Sorry, my chat is up on my phone. The iPad is not working, so it takes me a second to notice. Oh yeah, I keep thinking, like, you know what? Maybe I should use my sniper stuff, but I kind of want to save that for Heisenberg. I think also let's just kind of see here. 850 is the power I'm getting out of that. 1120 is the power I'm getting out of that. So I feel like this fight and Miranda are probably the best places to, excuse me, sort of deposit shotgun shells. Oh, no, 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 no. Oh, actually, I was kind of right, and that's not really the outcome I wanted at all. Boy. Well, some of the fire has dissipated. Oh no, he's back to normal, and I want to save the those mines for this mode. Let's make some more. How are you, Margin? And how are you, Mexican Sting? It's good to see both of you. Oh, there you are. I really want him to go back to normal. So I can exploit that boss pattern. Oh, no, no! Oh, no, this is... Okay. That's my last one. How did he miss that? Where is he? Oh, I did it! Alright. Cool. First time. Thank you. Oh, that sounds like a fine weekend, Margin. Do you have anything in the library that has been feeling particularly neglected? I think many of us have, especially with Steam, you know, our stacks of shame. Is there anything here on the margin? Oh wait, this is my, excuse me, way back. I can sell this. I think that once I go up there and trigger Heisenberg, I don't have access to the Duke again.
You wish to make a purchase?
So this is my last chance.
As always, a trustworthy, fair exchange.
Realistically, I don't think I'm going to go back and finish that, so that's what to do. Also, I'm glad to hear you hanging in there, Mexican Sting. Oh man, Margin, have you played Yakuza Like a Dragon? Okay, that's at max. This is going to be very valuable during the Heisenberg fight, so this seems like the thing to do.
What? Ah, it's fine. All finished. I'm skilled at all sorts of weapons modifications, and will do them for a small fee. Thank you for your patronage.
You know it, buddy. Let's get this organized. Also, good evening, Ark. Oh yeah, yeah. Oh, weird. What if I can make it flash again? Like, all of my items flashed at once for some reason. That's neat. Absolutely the kind of thing you can do to annoy somebody who's watching you play. I love you all. pipe bombs, and a kitchen knife. Yeah, Dustin, Yakuza Like a Dragon is good stuff. I highly recommend it. Oh yeah, yeah. There we go. I mean, the revolver needs company. Let's just be honest. And what do I have? Okay. So the revolver is full currently. You know, I've never played Dragon Quest, any of them really, outside of the Dragon Warrior on NES. Toriyama's art style, Toriyama's art style never clicked with me, and so I avoided it for that reason. But I hear that as JRPGs, I mean, obviously they're cream of the crop. I just haven't taken the time to invest in them yet. I say yet, assuming that I will one day.
This simple modification can be done in just a moment.
Evening Swimmy, and yes, you are one of the people I think of when I think of Dragon Quest and Ys. I think of you. All right.
Securing goods is more important than anything.
Anything, my friend. Let's.
Please come again.
Do I need? Can I access the kitchen? Do I need to finish making some food? Nope, made it all. All right.
Good day.
We can save one more time before fighting Heisenberg, and I feel good about this. Yeah, Swimmy, I remember you streamed a lot of Ys. I think I'm pronouncing that right. Wise. I remember I always pronounced it Wise when I saw it in magazines when I was a kid. I like how the Duke is willing to pay premium for one of Heisenberg's cigars. You just kind of wonder if he's settling with the ones that he's smoking. What I played my share of JRPGs more in the aughts than in the tens, and I'm curious what works for you in Dragon Quest XI. Actually, you know what? If I die during Heisenberg's fight, I'm gonna have access to the Duke's shop in the menu, so I don't need to worry about spending it all there. Evening, Iceman Dan. It's good to see you. You just missed beating Sturm on the first run. I'm very, very proud of that. It's a good place to deposit a lot of shotgun shells and also leave myself some for fighting Miranda, which I'm just stunned by how no enemy, however important they are to progression or challenge as a boss, comes close to the volume of HP that Moreau has. Favorite video game character ever? For somebody as well trod in games as you, that is a meaningful claim. Excuse me. All right, there's Heisenberg and then Chris's section. Okay. Is there anything in here? Check my map. Nope, nothing in here. Here we go. I love Heisenberg's entrance in this.
Not bad, Nurse. You're persistent. But I've got a rebellion.
Like, just
So stay
telekinetically putting one piece of metal underneath where he's stepping. Oh, weird. I didn't realize that Heisenberg's transformation kind of... A little one-wing angel there. Like that back, which is consistent with Heisenberg's, oh god, I can feel that fall in the pit of my stomach. Consistent with Heisenberg's strange enunciations.
That bastard. Damn it again.
I gotta admit, the first time I played through this and I saw myself dropped at the very bottom of this thing, I briefly wondered if I was going to have to do something similar again, and felt something like Ethan's despair. Oh, that's really interesting. That's a pretty cogent description. Thank you, Mirth. I'm sorry, thank you, Margin. Sorry, the M's switching in my head. Mirth, do you mean me or Margin?
I told you to leave it alone, Ethan. You are in the
I gotta say, Chris is pretty rough with Ethan there, but I think that there's something sort of implicitly, there's kind of an implied respect there.
That wasn't her.
You kind of get the feeling that Chris probably wouldn't do that just to a random civilian or somebody who couldn't take it. So
She's a bioweapon.
the fact that he does like a CQC disarm and then a punch kick suggests that that's what he needs to do to get Ethan to back off.
Why'd you fucking tell me right away? Because I knew you would want to be involved. And this job is hard enough without civilians getting in the way.
Or maybe that's just how Chris treats civilians. He comes off as pretty antisocial in this game.
All right.
Yes, I am interested in that answer for everybody.
I guess I owe you an explanation.
Actually, genres that I do not play like.
That wrench.
I don't know. For the most part, I find that it's kind of a weaselly answer, but it's not so much there are genres I don't like, but just genres that I'm not ready for. Rhythm games. Apologies to Ark. Rhythm games have been very difficult for me. Typically, I found them very frustrating when I tried playing them. But then later, as time went on, and I found myself better able to play them, and so they made me feel good. So I liked them more.
I can't do anything. That might not be true.
I love this machine.
Take a look at this. My men sent those pictures a few minutes ago.
Miranda.
Keep looking.
Rose. Holy shit, we gotta go!
Relax, my men are monitoring the situation.
But they have my daughter.
You don't get it, Ethan. You don't stand a chance against Miranda by yourself.
I love that. I love Chris's, just like he's flicking a light switch. No ear protection
Stay
needed.
down here and finish planting explosives.
Clearly has destroyed his eardrums like several sequels ago,
I promise you, we will get your daughter
with all the
back.
rocket launchers and mansions exploding.
Damn straight we will. And when I find Miranda, she's a
I like this.
All right, Ethan.
Sort of a combination between resignation and condescension. Like
Try to stay under the radar.
Chris like doesn't believe him, and he simultaneously doesn't believe him, and also doesn't seem to think it's like a risk. I don't know. There's just another layer to the condescension there. They redid his face in this one, so it kind of is a little closer to the RE5, RE6 Chris, but I don't know if they recast him. Pretty sure. I think there's at least. Is there something in here? There is something in here. What is there to find? Is it over here? Yeah, there we go. First aid med. And, ooh. A box very loosely bound with that yellow duct tape. Man, whoever sold this town yellow duct tape made out like a bandit. Oh yeah. Yeah, I think that, I don't know, there are, for most genres, if I am sufficiently motivated by curiosity or other reason, you know, if there is a friend who is into it, and I would like to do something to like have like a bonding experience with that friend, then I can generate curiosity about pretty much anything. It's just a matter of what.
I'm coming, Rose.
It's just a matter of what. Oh, I meant to save this game. Well, here we are. I love this. Feels good. Just launch these gigantic cannonballs into this facility that I just spent like hours climbing. Yeah. But yeah, it's just a matter of like what I have time to experience. And a lot of times I tend to be a very deep dive person. So as indicated perhaps by the volume of Japanese cinema that I've taken in over the past year, you know, once my eyes are set on something, I want to find out as much about it as I can. So I tend to spread my interest around less, again, unless sufficiently motivated. Yeah, you're right, Margin. I think the Duke did sell the yellow duct tape. Alright, here we go. Let me see this. Actually, that's one thing, Iceman Dan, I don't play that much of. I don't play many sports games. Sports game. I used to play some wrestling games, because wrestling, right? It's just ridiculous. Wrestling is like breakdancing. You always remember the power moves, even though the in-between moments are you have to have like an appreciation for the fundamentals to sort of keep watching. Oh man. Recently I watched Kinji Fukusaku's Black Lizard, which is a really fun noir romance thing. If you like many of the character dynamics between villains or antagonists in like Suda games and the like, I think you would enjoy Black Lizard. Has some really outstanding cinematography and some stylistic flair that seems to be put in there for its own sake, which I'm down for. That's great. And also Kurama Tengu, which is a 1928 silent film, which has some of the most impressive single-shot Chambara sword fighting sequences that I've seen, maybe ever. They're amazing.
You're like a goddamn cockroach. You think you can take me on? Fine. This'll be my warm-up before I kill that bitch. Let's settle this.
I was initially confused as to what exactly Heisenberg's transformation here was, because at first, because he sort of like just draws metal to him. Oh no, I don't think I'm gonna make whatever this is. Oh, weird. I've never failed that challenge before. But yeah, because he draws metal to things and traps them, I thought that he had sort of built a little mech around himself, but apparently he is identical with this body. As I've played through this game multiple times, I've come to appreciate the cannon as a technical tool to create distance, rather than necessarily a power weapon, and that's very interesting to me. Like that right there. Now I don't have to block that. Oh man, even if I win that, they stick around the environment. Yeah, the cannonball is defensive. There we go. There we go. Really need to keep hitting him, which I'm... There we go. Okay, cool, I got my defenses back. Oh. Man. Alright.
Stop using my hand-me-down! I've felt spending years under the bitch's thumb. The villagers are nothing but a bunch of worthless peons.
Weird that,
I'm a goddamn...
Oh man, I thought that was the ending sequence. Silent film, Kurama Tengu, Kurama space Tengu. There's a low-res upload of the full thing on YouTube that has the Benshi narrator's voiceover, but unfortunately no English subtitles. If you want to skip to the action sequences, though, they are perfectly intelligible without the voiceover. Yeah, Black Lizard is a little hard to find. When I rented it from Scarecrow Video here in Seattle, I had to put down a fairly significant deposit in case I break it or ruin it. So they value it, so I assume that it's valuable. Let's see. What can I buy from the Duke? I've heard of Pulse. That is on my to-watch list. Oh, finally sell the Duke a cigar. So this all seems... I mean, I'm pretty satisfied with my loadout here. Okay.
You're like a goddamn cockroach! Take me on. Fine. This'll be my warm-up before I kill you.
I think that block might be mandatory.
So close. Will be another addition to my hour. Keep shooting.
There we go.
You're stronger than you look.
Ooh.
He's going with his daddy all around. That one hurts. I promise.
I am. That's the thing about this this sequence is you can't heal.
So this is the power.
So that first block seems mandatory. You know, I used to think that mano a mano was like man-to-man, but it's apparently is Italian for hand-to-hand. Mano, manual, manumit. Manos, the hand of fate. Which I'm sure is what everybody thinks of when they think of the etymology of mano. Maybe it should be Manos, the hands of fate, instead of Manos. I think that, regardless of intended pronunciation, Joel Hodgson and Mystery Science Theater 3000 have absolutely determined how that word is going to be spelled. Which is just as well, because one wonders how many people would know about it otherwise, right? You good? I don't really have any room to back up here. I'm in a corner. I narrowly missed that uppercut. Whew. Oh, Jesus. Oh, Spanish for hand-to-hand. I don't know Spanish. Thank you for telling me that. I'm trying to figure out the mechanism by which he sucks in the machine here, because, like, the idea is that it's, you know, some sort of polymer. Oh, this is great. Chris's boulder punch in the middle of a volcano is so storied that like BOW villains just know it as that's his thing, right? Like everything else he's done is secondary. It's the punching the boulder. That's Chris Redfield to everybody now. Yeah, that's awesome. Okay, so this is where. What's my damage on this? 1200? Well, I'm definitely not getting close enough to use a shotgun on this guy, so this will be it. Oh, Jesus. Try to run around and collect all this ammo. I assume this is preparation for the fight versus Miranda as well.
It's hopeless, right? Just give up. Flesh and blood will never win against me! This isn't David and Goliath. It's Ethan and a bloody demise!
Okay, he's got a little eye there. That's
Don't die like the world's watching.
the weak point. Oh! Run away from that.
Too bad I'm your only fan. Impressed?
Yes, this phase is in the standard difficulty. Oh god! Heal, heal, heal! Oh! Oh, cool, that worked. Whew.
Having fun? Don't die like the world's watching. Don't die like the
Oh
world's
boy. How does one die like the world's watching?
Come on!
I've never had to be super precise with my shots on this on the other difficulties, so that absolutely is a difference here. Oh, good. This animation as he slinks away is so weird for his posture. Oh, this must be how he does it. It's like it's air that he's sucking in, not necessarily magnetism. So if Ethan doesn't fight back, he gets sucked into the turbines and gets all chopped up. Very cool Wizard of Oz house in a tornado moment.
This can't be the end for me! I must kill her!
Oh man, that's good. I died fewer times on that second phase than I was worried I would.
Ethan? I heard explosions. What the
I
hell
think that
happened?
I dealt with Heisenberg. Now I'm gonna find Miranda.
I mean,
and
like,
get Rose back.
I mean, he is the only one who like seems to believe in Ethan.
Right there, you hear me? Ethan?
Rose?
Excuse me.
Ethan, respond!
I kind of feel bad for Heisenberg. He manages to come off as likable, regardless of his villainy, and
She's so important, isn't she?
She's everything to
he's
me.
done a lot of work. That just got taken down
And mine too.
by Chris Redfield and a mad dad.
With Heisenberg gone, you've lost.
Granted, Ethan does have regenerative abilities, so he's
What are
got
you
some
going to do?
advantages over
don't know,
the rest of
but I'm
us
saving
protected
Rose.
dads.
You'd never know, do you? Even when I took Mia's place in your home. Poor Ethan.
Who are you? Where's Rose? Miranda.
Enough. Remember Evelyn and her power over them all? Rose is her success.
One thing that I don't think lands like it's supposed to at the end there, where Ethan says your funeral, that is the same thing that Heisenberg says to Ethan as he kicks him back down into the pit where Sturm is waiting and Ethan has to run away. and it's kind of, you know, throwing Heisenberg's words back into his face.
Calm yourself.
But
Rose will
I feel like there's just a little bit of connection there that
The Megamycete catalogs all of us.
that could make that callback a
She
little clearer.
will be reborn as my daughter.
She's my child, not yours. Where are you? Show yourself!
Why did Rose come to be? Was it because of her parents? And you are truly a special case. But
Thanks
I
for coming
learned
out,
all I
Mexican
can.
Sting. I hope you have a great night, and
Your
hope
worth
things
as a lab
keep
rat
keep
is
on keeping on for you.
Miranda! You coward! Come out and face me!
Don't worry. Your death will come quick. You will join the Megamycete's records.
I swear to God, the first time I saw
will
this,
make
I thought
sure to sample
she was gonna like
your
eat it.
blood
Oh, weird! There's an eye in the
Once
sort of
dawn
halo behind
breaks,
her.
The ceremony will be complete, and I will become her true mother, bound for eternity in blood.
Yeah. I mean, given the fact that Ethan's anatomy is a little
I've waited so
little unorthodox here,
but dreams really can come true.
it's almost like he dies because he believes he should.
I can't wait to see my true child again.
Both here and also in the regular game, it's kind of how it feels. Yes, as a matter of fact. Here, give me 1 second. I'm gonna let this play while I need to check see how long I've been streaming. Oh. Because given everything that's left, I feel like we're making good time. I'm going for about, okay, got about 30 minutes left before I need to call it a night. Because if we're definitely gonna finish up next stream.
I've confirmed the death of Ethan Winters. I wasn't able to retrieve the body, but I've recorded evidence.
Dustin, you mean this scene coming up
Share
here?
your screen, and I'll go over the situation. My team and I were careless. Yesterday, we took down the transformed Miranda, but we didn't kill her.
Who knew she could fake being a corpse?
Since Miranda could have infected Ethan, I
Oh,
forcefully
that's them
took
dragging
him
Ethan.
and Rose with us.
And what you can't see.
But the vehicle they were riding in was attacked.
Anything.
When I got to the wreck, Ethan and Rose were gone. The last time I was able to contact Ethan, I heard Miranda's voice. She murdered him. And she is not gonna get away with it.
Actually, I mean, given how the first encounter with Miranda and Ethan turned out, Chris's...
God damn it, when does it end?
What's that, sir? The mission?
Chris's suspicion that Ethan would fail is
All
not
of it.
unwarranted.
3 years trying to put this thing in the ground. 3 years too long.
I like the portrayal of Chris in this. He's not really a pleasant person to be around. He communicates poorly, and his dominant mode of expression is aggression. And then you have moments like this where, like, there's clearly an interior world here. He's not just sort of like he's got emotions attached to this that he just doesn't know how to express
BSA,
any other way.
They didn't waste any time.
Mission adjustment.
Just give you a feeling that Chris might
Doesn't
not have
change
the
anything.
might not
Terminate
have the
Miranda
skills
and rescue
for
Rose.
a personal
That's
life.
the mission. And failure's not an option.
Let's have some fun, people. Like old times.
Move out.
Roger.
K9, I want to know what the hell BSAA is doing here. Find out what you can.
Roger that. I'm on it.
And the lore nerd in me is very interested to know what
Been a
the
while since we fought together, Captain. When was it last? The desert?
Doing nothing but recon's gotten me out of shape.
But thanks to your recon, we know Miranda's plan.
Couldn't quite believe it when I heard she turned herself into Mia, though.
Taking 5 shots to the head's nothing to sneeze at either. Spooky.
the truck was around here. Oh yeah, there it is. But yeah, I'm the lore nerd in me is very curious to know what the fallout with the BSAA is, why the BSAA is apparently using zombies for their soldiers, and also what the heck the new Umbrella is. That's the part of me that's been with this series since T. Wild's plot FAQ back in the late 90s. I'm interested that they showed Chris smoking. That's that must show that they're really trying to convey that he's hard-boiled, because you rarely see people smoke in, you know, most AAA games outside of ones that are trying to definitely have like an edge, like Last of Us. It's just not a common personal habit anymore. Outside of people who are morally complex.
Hey, Alpha, what's this?
I wish I could remember seeing that structure.
The SAA. They've gone too far.
Oh, that's right, he does, doesn't he? I forgot about that.
Down there. How are you planning on reaching the objective?
First, we're gonna have to take that thing out.
I've got your back, boss. Let's get to work.
Everyone watch for hostile bioweapons.
There's a kind of harmony between the helicopter rotors and those windmills. And I'm also... Wow, Heisenberg's factory is all the way over there. That means that in the interim between the last cutscene and this one, Chris managed to blow up Heisenberg's factory, skedaddle before he did, then find a road or something? Anyway, drive all the way over here to the opposite side of the village and reconvene with his team. Oh no, Mirth, I, as a
contact with a group of hostile bioweapons.
Former smoker. Alright, Chris can do damage. I used to smoke as well, smoked for about 8 years, and, you know, it is not a habit. I continue, but it still gives me, you know, the good nostalgia feelings when I see it in a game. Chris's right arm is just as devastating to enemies that he blocks and parries in this as in RE7. One of my favorite things with Chris's DLC in RE7 was successful parry, and then Chris Redfield's punch as it took one of the molded's heads and just burst it.
BSAA craft spotted. 2 guards. I can take them.
Don't get cocky.
Oh, that's interesting, Margin. What did you wind up doing instead of, you know, the straightforward progression? This felt very much like, you know, cathartic playground, the cathartic playground experience, because now, I mean, Chris freaking Redfield got like 5 times the HP, much more powerful weapons, and it's just it's action-y, right? It's just a straight shot. Chris has no more time for your dumb lock and key puzzles.
Large mutated bioweapon sighted.
I'm just gonna run away from all that.
The bomb might be releasing infectious mutations. Preparing for support. Keep your mask, so might be a minute.
Roger.
Thunder here. Leave
All right, that worked.
in one of the houses, Captain. Help yourself.
But it is a seeing Chris go through RE1 and Code Veronica. You know, he's done the puzzly nonsense, the weird gothic architecture and sort of tortured problem solving. He's done all that in Resident Evil, and now he's just like, all right, I got a gun. My whole thing was supposed to be that I'm good at headshots. I'm ready to kind of embrace that reality.
I need some backup.
never heard of a mutant icy colony growing so huge.
Ooh. Oh! Ah! One right after the other. I think I want to go back to... That's, I know it's coming up, and on this difficulty, I want fewer failures in preparation for that. Oh, I see what you mean. Did, I seem to remember, and I haven't been able to replicate this, I seem to remember that the... Oh man, the frame rate. And I've got frame rate prioritized on the PS4 Pro. Yeah, a little more ambitious than the system can handle out there. I remember being able to kill all the lichens in that sequence, but on successive playthroughs, they just seem to be endless. And I don't know if...
Mirage, I need some backup.
I don't know if I'm misremembering or what. Excuse me. Okay, I'm going to use this place over here as, a shelter. What? Who? Where did that come from? What? I reloaded! Ah! Oh, wow. That's interesting. So on normal difficulties, when you block with Chris and then you parry, his punch, his counter punch, has a lot more weight behind it and actually creates distance by propelling them. It does not move them at all in this. So that's different. Your defensive move has been nerfed. But it seems like the enemy's HP has largely stayed the same.
Mirage, I need some backup.
I see you. 200 to the point.
Gonna funnel my dudes through here. Yeah, I might have just gotten them down to the minimum number of enemies that can be on screen without resetting the spawns.
I've never heard of a mutant icy colony growing so huge.
I can't believe they can hit me from there. I'm seeing where I'm losing the most health. Okay, so what I'm going to do when I get to that corridor, I'm actually going to advance far enough to be able to shoot at least one of the archers, and then I'm going to retreat and use that yard as my place to bring in bad guys And maybe do a little more tactical weapon switching when I run out of ammo. Oh man, I still took damage from that.
I need some backup.
I see you. 200 to the point.
Literally just a scratch. Alright, here we go.
I've never heard of a mutant mycete colony growing so huge.
Woo! Skedaddle. Whew. Okay, that's good. Who? Oh. I must be able to shoot through that fence in a way that I am not appreciating. Jeez, they're fast. Alright, you know what? I'm gonna do an Ethan strategy here. Because I think I'm not thinking about this right. Nope. Alright, so let's try this.
Mirage, I need some backup.
I see you. 200 to the point.
I've never heard of a mutant mycete colony growing so huge.
Let's try this. Oh. Oh no, I don't think this is where I want to be with an autosave.
Alright, Lobo. Marking the target.
Well, anyway, let me just kind of chill out here for a second while my HP goes back up. Can I craft anything? I cannot craft anything. It's gonna be rough. Weird.
Just point me where I need the big guns.
Where Chris and the Lycans are all just taking a breather. There we go.
Alright. Reloading now. Just a minute. There's a swarm headed that way.
Oh god. Man.
Okay, Captain. I'm reloading.
Okay.
Ready when you are. Takes a minute to target the point. Try and keep the laser open as long as you
Oh my god. Can't believe that hit.
Hold your horses. I'm reloading. Is that not your perimeter?
No, there is a ladder around here, and I don't remember where it is. Oh, man, where's that ladder? There's a roof that I can get on top of here that is kind of perfect for where I'm at. Oh, I know where it is. Not here. There we go.
BSA guys are engaging the bioweapons. You're right, Captain. They must be after the Megamycete too.
Oh wow, he's up there already. Oh wow! Holy crap!
Good. Megamycete must be below.
Oh man! It landed there like like a quarter of a second earlier. It would have interrupted me. That's great. Whew. All right. I've got one healing item going into this fight, and I think that could be enough. Which one? Which one do you mean? Excuse me. The little wand weapon. Get everything from over here. Or this one. Wow, man, these balls of yarn are hardy. Let's see if there's anything else I can grab from up here. I think there are only two.
Captain, the Megamycete is underground.
Ammo deposits.
I'm on my way.
Okay. That's right, there's a third one, and it is down here. The assault rifle? No, that's, oh, I did not mean to do that. That's, I hope it, quick saved. Getting my controls between, this and MGS5 confused. And I absolutely want to keep that healing
Captain,
item.
the Megamycete is underground.
I'm on my way.
But no, it's that that over the shoulders. That's the closest you get to a precise aim.
I found a way down. I'm going in. The rest of you stay back.
Captain,
I do wonder how this stuff got here.
in the village with a sample from the bakers, and there's no sign of the genome editing we saw in the E-series. The stuff originated here.
Yeah, this is a tough one, but I think it's mostly a matter of blocking and avoiding. This guy right here has a very Bloodborne feel to him. I mean, a lot of this game has a very Bloodborne feel because of the werewolf bit, but this boss in particular.
Guarding the Megamycete, huh?
Ah, you jerk. Okay.
Oh, I got a tough guy here. I'm gonna need backup. There's an opening in the roof. Use it.
Okay, I'm moving out. Hold until I get there.
Oh wow, I can't believe that missed me. Please hit, please hit. Cool.
Thought so.
Reloading now. Just a minute.
Oh, heal, heal, heal. Oh my god. No, switch over, please. Oh my god. Guys, aim. I actually wonder if that that miss is part of the difficulty of the Village of Shadows difficulty. I remember from playing on I did the knife only challenge, and that left leg of his, if you knife that repeatedly, he'll sort of go down on one knee, which is why I'm focusing my attention there. Good.
Prepping the next round. Just a sec.
Got 2 more healing items left.
Reloaded, Captain. Ready when you are. Reloading now.
Okay, yeah, this guy's got a lot more HP. At least he definitely takes more than three satellite blasts.
Hold your horses. I'm reloading.
Is this going crystal? Alright. I did it.
Ready when you are.
I'll keep going. The rest of you, stay above ground.
Whew. Yeah, once Heisenberg's factory level takes takes some strategizing, but the boss fights themselves going through have
We can figure that out later.
not that tough.
Focus on the plan.
At least not as tough as I was led to think they would be based off Dimitrescu and Moreau's fights.
Alpha to squad. I've located the Megamycete.
So now we can end this mess after all.
About damn time.
And Chris is, oh, he throws it. He attaches it to his combat knife and throws it, which is interesting because he's got the karambit knife, but he also has a survival knife, a classic RE7 or classic RE survival knife to attach the bomb to and throw it.
Captain, I have eyes on Miranda at the ceremony site.
Keep your distance. Do not move until I give the orders.
I know it's too late now, but we really should have told Ethan the plan.
There wasn't time. We didn't expect Miranda to act so soon.
Even so, you should have told him.
Yeah. This must be Miranda's lab.
Closest that Chris comes to admitting he was wrong.
So they're using this to control the bioweapons.
Say that is a lot of firewood down in this basement. Well, let's see. Yeah, so one of the neat things here, story-wise, is that Miranda appears to have been on the team that that engineered Evelyn. So you see there, you got. Let's see. There we go. Got Mia on the right, and there is Miranda right next to Evelyn. And then between the second from the left is, I forget his name, is the guy who dies during the flashback of Mia's tanker episode in RE7. Some flashbacks here to Chris rescuing Jill from the cell, the basement of the Arclay mansion.
Bryce, this is Alpha. Where is Miranda right now?
Still at the ceremony site. Whatever she's doing, she's staying put.
God damn. It really is you. I'm glad you're safe, Mia. Why are you here?
I was caught in Houston experiments.
Wait, did you say Mia? Mia Winters?
In the flesh. What's the situation up there?
Kind of a war going on. Nothing we can't handle.
Don't get distracted. Stick to the mission. I'm headed to the ceremony site.
Wait! You can't leave me here. You promised, damn it! You said that you would keep us safe. We did everything that you asked. We moved over here, everything! And I didn't care.
This game does something which
So
will be
long
coming
as
up
we
in
were
a
together.
cutscene here.
So you tell me, where is my husband? Where is my daughter?
Ethan is gone.
Mia's voice actress does a fantastic job in this.
I couldn't save him.
Does a really good job
I
of
can
embodying
save Rose.
two different kinds of Mia.
Come on. It's not safe here after all.
Chris's VO does a good job
do you
too
mean
of
he's gone?
showing like moments where he's
dead.
self-doubting
I'm sorry.
and
Mia, we
frustrated
have
with
to leave.
himself.
We have to destroy this village.
No! You're wrong. I tried to keep this a secret, but... you don't understand how special he is.
So I'm assuming this means that like Mia knows that Ethan's body is pretty much entirely mold at this point. And I guess it would take somebody who is comfortable enough to be the surrogate mother to, or, you know, adopted mother to a bioweapon to also be comfortable with that. That seems like something that would be maybe a deal breaker in a relationship.
What's going on?
I do too. Let me just check something here. Oh man, wish I knew where it autosaved last. I've got a skedaddle here shortly.
How did I get here? God, it's freezing.
I really like how much they're able to express with Ethan's hands in this. Also, very interesting how the sort of purgatory limbo space that he creates in his consciousness as he's ready to, as he's, you know, dying, is sourced from his immediate environment.
You're dead.
The Resident Evil series, lacking much of a supernatural angle, doesn't seem to be one that would admit to some kind of like actual purgatory in between space.
No. I still have to save Rose.
Wrong. It wasn't Miranda. You were always dead.
I really liked this turn in the story. I did not expect it coming, and it also explains one of the super video gamey things that was true in RE7 and RE8 that did, you just kind of accepted as video gamey. And this is something interesting. I think Evil Within 2 is the only other game I can think of that does this, where it's got two different models of the same character in the game, one from flashbacks from a previous installment and one in the present. So here we're going to have Mia's facial model from yeah, that's RE7 Mia.
The Baker House.
And see, I think there's one more
Were murdered
shot of it.
by Jack.
Oh. No, I guess they tactically obscured her face. They chose shots where her face wasn't showing. But nonetheless, it's Mia's RE7 model. I assume that's archival footage. And so you've got that in the flashback, and then you've got the current model in the present game. And Evil Within 2 does that, where it has flashbacks to Sebastian's experiences in Evil Within 1. But he's a little rougher.
What am I?
A breakthrough trip on the Megamite seat? I mean, that's not implausible. It is a source of great it is a source of great information and enlightenment, isn't it?
Rose. Mia. I
wonder if I want to look at the sleeve on his right sleeve and see if that's repaired too. It is. So we are back to totally healed Ethan.
Your whole body is nothing but mold. You can't ever see your family.
And one of the things that is very interesting to me about this twist is the persistence of consciousness over the course of total sort of ship of Theseus replacement of bodily materials. That his body is now no longer even of a sort of like human cellular substance, but is entirely mold. Yet he has a persistent identity, and I wonder if this Ethan has the memories of the former Ethan, and sort of grew into being Ethan when Ethan was murdered by Jack, or
I will save.
or if it was just a gradual transition where the consciousness persisted and gradually just sort of crossed over into the mold form. And this load screen, there's one at the beginning where I think Ethan, it says "my precious child," and it's a picture of Rose. And most of these cards have, you know, something descriptive. They're like concept art, and it's got the name of like Heisenberg's factory, the Dimitrescu castle, and whatnot. But this one and that one from the beginning of the game seem to be spoken from Ethan's point of view, and I'm not sure how to reconcile that. If there is a consistent sort of like narrative or narrating function that they have, or what the deal is.
At last, he awakes.
It's nice to know that at the end of all this, the Duke is still your buddy.
My carriage, Ethan. You were having a nightmare.
Duke?
Your battle with Heisenberg was a sight to see. But to think Miranda would show herself.
How long have I been out?
Not long till dawn.
Duke, I need a favor. Take me to Miranda.
I assumed as much and am already on the way.
Duke knows how this is going to go down.
Should arrive shortly.
Thank you.
But Ethan, are you sure of this? Your body is, well, falling apart.
Yes.
Foolish of me to ask.
Interesting. I wonder what that motto on that
foolish questions.
coat of arms
What are you?
on the carpet is.
Even I can't quite answer that.
Like, out of anything lore-wise that
We're
this
here.
game leaves you wanting to know, it's the answer to whatever that means.
I owe you one.
Mr. Winters, I'm afraid you can't return to your old world any longer. Are you ready?
Yeah. I have to be. I gotta go.
Let's see. And that has auto-saved us right here, and this is where I need to call it a night, which is, I know, very cliffhangery since we're right at the Miranda fight. But, yeah, gotta call it a night, and we will pick up with the final fight versus Miranda on Tuesday at 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, 7/8, somewhere in there. And we'll probably beat that fight before the end of the sort of like usual 2-hour slot. So I'll figure out something else to kind of fit in there for fun. So thank you everybody for coming out. Thank you Swimmy and Mirth and Margin and Dustin. Thank you everybody, and I think those are the folks who showed up in chat. And Iceman Dan. Everybody who's here, thank you. And hope to see you next week for the finale, and I hope you all have a great night. Please enjoy the 10 FPS Mega My seat over there in the corner as I switch this back over. Thank you, Dustin. Y'all have a great night.